Let's go, Jaguar fans. We're going to get to Mac Jones in just a minute, but one thing that really ticked me off about the Atlanta Falcons was not playing Michael Penix anymore in the preseason. It honestly made no sense, but I do want to talk a little bit about this pass rush. I've seen some better play from Travon Walker towards the end of last season, and I also want to talk about Josh Allen as well. I mean, the Jaguars pass rush might actually be really good this season. My guy Chason didn't work out, and now, that's just an excellent bull rush. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that versus every offensive tackle, but Josh Allen, one of the more premier pass rushers in the NFL. He's going to be mad he wasn't able to actually get that sack, but that pressure was really good. We also got a few other Trevor plays that I want to break down, but one guy I'm a little bit more bullish on than most is Tank Bigsby. I don't think people truly understand how good this guy was at Auburn. There's just no way that last year he was as bad as he was, and more so it was in the receiving game. So Parker Washington's in motion, and it makes it harder, of course, to pass off your assignments. You could see they weren't even looking at the snap when this ball was snapped, okay? So the protection breaks down. Sometimes, and I've seen this happen a few times in the preseason, a chip can be a bad thing because you can help get this offensive tackle off kilter, and you see the chip here from the running back actually help the end spin inside and get a ton of rush, okay? And that led to this sack. Now, if you're McCorkle here, you do have a shot to throw this football to Parker Washington. Now, I understand his skepticism here that this was this wide open, but this DB decided to work over this vertical, and this ball could have been thrown right here, okay? But he takes his eyes off the field here and feels that he could get through here for a run and pick up this first down. If he kept his eyes down here, this ball could have been thrown. But Mac, for the most part, was really freaking good in this game. And you guys saw this in the Trevor film study towards the end. And that video is floating in the top right corner of your screen. Look at McCorkle just corking this ball in. Bang! That is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Throw that football high. Let your big receiver make that catch. Man, this is really, really good quarterbacking right here from Mac. You could tell pre-snap that on this side of the field, it is straight man-to-man coverage. So we want to avoid this side, and if we get decent protection, we want to run outbreakers versus man into this space, okay? Now, what's really good is I love this route concept. I really freaking do, okay? Vertical here, out here to draw this DB up, which creates more space over here. And watch this design by Doug Peterson. Now, the slot receiver, and Mac gets really good pressure, the slot receiver needs to attack straight vertically and get this DB to this side of him because the DB is playing him straight head up leverage, okay? And the receiver does a really good job creating space, getting this DB on his backside here, and just running, all right? Really good anticipation right here by Mac throwing into this space. And this is called throwing somebody open. The coverage here isn't the absolute worst. It not only was a good throw, it allowed him to go upfield and almost score. And this is a good job, obviously, holding on to the football and not letting it go through the back of the end zone. And then we get to here. Mac is able to pound this bad boy in with a nice little handoff. Man, look at this movement on the left side right here. I love to see that, man. I'm a nerd. I love good offensive line play. So we didn't talk a whole lot of ETN in the first Trevor Lawrence video. Man, I love this Evan Ingram as a fullback. You also get a little orbit motion here from Brian Thomas Jr. He did a lot of that at LSU, and you're pulling right here, and it's just a little trap. Guard comes around. You need to kick this end out and create a little hole. This is really, really good patience right here by Etienne. Good blocking up front. And you need, and God, this is really impressive from a pass blocking tight end to lead through here. And I don't know if I really like practicing this in the preseason with a pass catching tight end, but this shows me a lot of guile and grittiness from Ingram to stick his head down to get Etienne through that hole, and that's a good job by Etienne following through and picking up some nice yards. So on 2nd and 3, what does Peterson decide to do? Let's run it to the left side again. This time it's just simple zone blocking to the left. I love Etienne runs where he's attacking this perimeter, and you'll see he just squeezes through this hole. It's a good job by the left tackle, and this is what makes Etienne special. Once again, lots of backups out there for the Falcons, but he's able to turn upfield. I know he loses his footing here, but that's a really nice gain. The sign of the game moving too fast, and once again, you want to be able to run against too high. So Doug Peterson is saying, look, if we're going to play a lot of too high coverages, which is the NFL, basic thing, we've got to be able to run the football. And if Evan Ingram can add being a decent blocker to his arsenal, you can create big time numbers in the running game. Okay, now, the one thing that you can look for, and this will drastically help out your football knowledge, one of the worst things you can do as a football player is hit the ground. Unless you're making a diving catch or a diving tackle or whatever, stay on your feet. And you'll see right here, and this isn't anything against this player, you'll see he just kind of falls on his own, right? That's because everything is just moving so fast. You notice he really didn't slip on the turf, okay? Nothing really tripped him. It's just a lot of crap that you have to process with a 330-pound man coming right at you, and you'll see that Etienne is able to squeeze right through where he is, okay? One of the best things you can do as a football player is keeping your feet, okay? And you'll see that when you fall down, it just creates that much more space for these really elite running backs to squeeze through. I know it's preseason, but I want you to see this ball location from Trevor Lawrence. This is unfreaking believable, okay? And if you want to see the touchdown broken down, that video is floating in the top right corner of your screen. So play action fake, and this is designed to go to Gabe Davis the entire way. So he is slowing down as if this is a potential run blocking opportunity, come to almost a complete stop, and then just getting as vertical as you possibly can. And Trevor's got to throw this football quickly, okay? And look at this location. My God. My God. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And Gabe's going to hate it that he didn't catch that. I mean, this is such a tough freaking throw. I wish I had the end zone angle of it. Obviously, it could have been a little bit more in. It's got to be thrown really hard, and it's got to really make this guy miss and him miss. Man, look at that. Look at that. That is ridiculous. It really, really, really is. So we were trying to give this Travis Etienne card, or should I say Trevor Etienne card. It's an inside joke for those that remember. But it was never claimed. So let's give it out if we hit 5K views. And you tag me on Twitter at Carter the Power and No Off-Season Card on Twitter. So I want you to give it a guess. Where does Vegas, in terms of Super Bowl odds, have Jacksonville ranked in the entire NFL? Okay? Give it your best guess out of all 32 teams. Where are the Jaguars ranked? Now, do I truly believe this team could be a Super Bowl winning squad? It's hard to get there when you have so many questions about this offensive line, right? It really is, especially if you're in a division with Jeffrey Simmons. Now Danielle Hunter is in your division. Yeah, it's a tough ask. Will Anderson, the list goes on and on and on. But you would be shocked. And by the way, from our first film study, I want you to see how big of a difference Brian Thomas Jr. actually makes. So I know this is a tight end. They're trying to do the play that BTJ caught a deep pass on. Vertical here, deep over here at a 12 personnel on 3rd and 2. So handoff here, you need the tight end to get all the way over here. And you'll see how an elite receiver, actually Mac might have been a little late on this, because, it's kind of hard to trust a tight end to get all the way over there. But whatever the case may be, BTJ is probably getting just a little bit more separation there. So The answer is 18th. The Bears with a rookie quarterback have better odds. Folks, Deshaun Watson has looked absolutely positively atrocious. Browns have better odds. In a division with the Bengals, the Ravens, and a Hall of Fame coach and Mike Tomlin. So it's really crazy to think that, right? You were just a few years ago playing the Chiefs. So maybe Vegas is just not believing in you guys. So comment below if you believe I almost said the Saints, the Jaguars have a realistic shot of winning the Super Bowl. Cam Little, give me your best Woo Pig Suey in the chat. I got a ton of Arkansas friends on the SEC channel. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom. So, video part 1 is floating in your face, and tonight we are doing lemon pepper chicken wings. Let's go.